Wednesday, everyone. Our USA mortgage level of concern, same as it was yesterday, level 1 for an elevated wildfire danger. And I don't know about you all, but I saw a lot of smoke around the area yesterday, especially as I was driving to Cookeville. Lots of smoke drifting around the Monterey area. And I know there was reports of some smoke across East Tennessee. So be very, 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 very careful with anything that could cause a spark or cause any kind of fire to take off. And just be very mindful of our elevated wildfire danger once again today. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast and mostly sunny for our Wednesday. Highs in the low 70s. You just can't beat that for this time of the year. Thursday, got a chance for showers. I've dropped that from 50% to 30%. So you see where that trend is headed. It's just that system just keeps kind of drying up. It's been very impressive on satellite. I've been showing it on satellite on Facebook, just kind of spinning around the desert southwest and just looking really cool on that water vapor imagery especially, but just doesn't have much oomph to it. Highs in the upper 60s for Thursday, thanks to increased clouds around and those few showers that'll be dotted around on the radar. Friday, we're partly cloudy and it starts getting windy. Winds out of the south at 15, gusting to 30. By the overnight hours, we'll probably see winds gusting to 35 miles per hour or even more. The temperatures are warm. It's in the low 70s, but that's ahead of a very, very, very potent storm system that'll be moving into the area over the weekend. And it has kind of two parts. The first part's going to come through Friday night into the early morning hours of Saturday. That's going to have a lot of kick to it when it goes through West Tennessee. But the good news is our atmosphere is going to be much more stable than the atmosphere out in West Tennessee. So I think that line of storms is going to really weaken down. I'm going to keep a very close eye on it because it is a close call, but storms should be weakening rather significantly by the time they encounter the air mass that'll be in place in our area. Now, another storm system comes through Saturday night, and it could give us a rough ride. So that's one I'm gonna have to keep a really close eye on. In the middle of all of this, from Friday through Sunday morning, we've got strong winds once again. We've been through this drill. The good news is, though, with this go around with the high winds, the humidity levels are going to be a lot higher, and that's going to really limit the wildfire potential. So that's the good news. But nevertheless, there still will be a wildfire potential there, but it's going to be much lower than it was for the last wind event. Sunday morning, we have some showers. Some of those showers may linger into the afternoon, but the weather is much quieter. That's the reason why you see weather alert day there on Sunday is for the early morning hours of Sunday. The rest of the day is looking just windy, but not as windy as Saturday, and a lot quieter. For Cumberland Federal Credit Union bringing us our rainfall graphic, that tenth of an inch on Thursday, that'd be really pushing it. That's why I put that or less there. Look at that, a couple of inches on Saturday, and that's after midnight. Friday is around, and then we got the better round. The heavier rain comes after sunset. In that threat time frame that comes closer to midnight, and then Sunday about 3/4 of an inch, and that's mainly before 9 a.m. Premier Generator is bringing us our threat graphic, and all threats are on the table Saturday night. And I may have to add some threats to the Friday night system, the late Friday night and the early Saturday morning. But again, I expect that line to really be weakening by the time it gets here. Might see some strong winds with it, but I think Saturday night is definitely the greater threat. But it could turn into a heavy rain event, just like I explained last night. We could just get a lot of heavy rain and gusty winds. So it's just something. It's a complex scenario, and it definitely looks like folks across Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia are going to bear the brunt of the severe weather. And sometimes when they get a bunch of severe weather, it robs our energy up here, and so we just end up with some wind and rain. So several different scenarios could unfold, but the bottom line is we need to be weather aware. If you don't have a weather radio, go ahead and get one. You can get them at Walmart. You can order it on Amazon now. It may still get to your house, especially if you're a Prime member. It may still get to your house by Saturday. And then I can help you program that, or I've got a link on YouTube that can help you with that as well. If you can't afford one, let me know, because we can hook you up with one at Creative Compassion and get you set up with that. Wackert Realtors bring us our extended threat outlook. Let's just get past this event. Then we'll talk about the wind and rain that may come on Wednesday the 19th. So that's not looking like a severe weather threat at this point on the 19th. It's looking more like a heavy rain, high wind. But we should have the high wind thing down pat by then. On this day in weather history, brought to us by Bramble Brook Boutique. 1855, a terrible tornado accompanied by hail and wind strikes downtown Nashville, unroofing the state capitol. The First Presbyterian Church and other buildings are also damaged. 2006, high school senior Matt Suiters survives being blown 1,307 feet by a tornado. That distance was determined by GPS. The twister rips open his grandmother's mobile home and tosses Suter into the night, launching him over a barbed wire fence and eventually depositing him on the soft grass in an open field. He suffers only a head wound from being hit by a lamp. And if it had a helmet on, that wouldn't even been an issue. Just saying. What a ride. Also on this day in weather history, I just remembered this just before I was about to put this out there. It was on this was the Friday of the blizzard of 93. Today is when it started clouding up, snowflakes started falling, we got out of school early, and man, did it amp up that night. You folks have a wonderful Wednesday and keep looking up. I'll have a special update tonight to give you the latest on this weather scenario for the weekend. You just keep it right here to Meteorologist Mark.